Hi folks, Sean here with an exciting update. We are just hours away from the commencement of Operation American Spring in Washington, D.C. This is no normal protest, folks, so let me tell you how this is going to work. Normally in America, if we want to remove somebody from office, we have to go through the whole process of voting. It's very time-consuming. The outcome is never certain because some pesky majority may decide something that you don't want, and then you end up with something else. So anyway, starting on Friday, we're going to make all that frustration a thing of the past. Somebody recently pointed out on the events page of Bundy Fest that the country was founded on treason. And starting Friday, we are going to follow in those sacred and hallowed footsteps. From now on, we'll have things decided by armed skirmishes between free-range armies, just as the founders intended. Now, that may be messy, and we're all going to be called to make some sacrifices, patriots. Your home may be destroyed, your city may be put under siege, but you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, folks. I mean, it's all in the cause of giving you complete freedom, and we think that's worth it. Now, you may suppose that this is the first time that this has ever been attempted, and you would be wrong in that. Some of what I'm about to tell you may shock you. It's completely true as a matter of history. In 1932, President Franklin Roosevelt won election by a landslide of 60%. Whether anyone agreed with him or not, he was the choice of the people. Roosevelt had recognized the cause of the Great Depression, that wealth was concentrated at the very top, and that the common man had little to spend in order to stimulate the marketplace. His solution was to offer a hand up to the average American, whom he called the forgotten man at the bottom of the economic pyramid. For the wealthy elite, those Roosevelt called economic royalists, any improvement in the condition of the common man might make him a potential competitor, so that was no good. Within a year of Roosevelt's election, they were already conspiring to overthrow him, and they did not with an eye towards the next election, but towards overthrowing of democracy itself. They hated democracy and the rule of law in much the same way that a horse thief hates a posse. They needed these things out of the way, and they wanted to impose their own economic vision on America, which was that of Hitler and Mussolini. They masqueraded as a populist movement. They called themselves the American Liberty League, the ALL, that's cute, the all, that's very populist, inclusive. It was financed and organized by the Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan, DuPont, and others, much like the Koch brothers fund the American Tea Party today. They looked around in 1932 and they decided to approach General Smedley Butler. He was a Marine Corps general, and offer him the role of America's dictator. They assumed that, like themselves, every man is governed by a desire for wealth and power, and that Butler would be no different. They assured him that they had control of the media, and that the citizens, whom they called dumb Americans, would accept their new dictatorship. The mistake they made is that Butler was a man of his own, and he was under the thrall of big government. So what he did was he collected as much information as he could about the attempted coup, and then he exposed it to Roosevelt and to Congress and to the media. This is a moment that's not taught in our American history classes, and it should be. Americans should be aware that when democracy challenges the power of a wealthy elite, there is a model that we can look to overthrow these democratically elected puppets of the people. Even if we fail this time around, we can keep the presidents and politicians off balance. We want them always looking around, wondering where the next knife in the back is coming from. See, this is what makes democratic societies such as Iran and Pakistan so successful. These politicians are always expecting, wondering where the next bomb is coming from, and so they cozy up to the oligarchs, and they do favors for the oligarchs. One hand protects the other. Really makes for a functioning society. So that's the way it ought to be here, folks. Bribes, instability, violence, corruption, that's real freedom. Well, I got to go clean up my gun. What's more exciting, shooting or voting? I prefer the smell of blood and cordite to those, musty old books in the library where they keep the stupid voting machines. Don't you? Oh, and one more thing, folks. Don't get in our way on this, okay? If you're not going to follow orders, stay in your house, okay? And we will tell you when we want you to do something, when we want you to come out, as soon as everything's safe for you, okay? Now, I'm going to attach a link to a song at the end of this video, and I want you to listen to that song. It's called Thinking About Burning It Down by Steve Earle. And I want you to envision that. I mean, what is this country, really? It's just so much garbage. I mean, who needs all this peace and prosperity shit? War and chaos, anarchy. That's what we need here. That's what will make all of our sons men. So, we'll see you in D.C. on Friday. We'll see you at Bundy Fest.